Podcasts on UNC-TV.org are made possible through the financial contributions of viewers like you, who invite you to join them in supporting UNC-TV.
For teenagers who would like to become professional classical musicians, there are a lot of hurdles. Cost, years of practice, and one of the biggest obstacles, where to play. Many a would-be rock star learn to play well with others in a garage band. But for teenage violinists or harpists, there just aren't any garage symphonies. The North Carolina Symphony Orchestra has come up with a homegrown solution called the Young All-Stars. John Dancy explains how it works.
So let's have a little look at the star maps of the ancient dream forest.
The future of concert music in North Carolina rehearses in shorts and flip-flops, baseball caps, and T-shirts. These are the Young All-Stars of the North Carolina Symphony, an exclusive chamber orchestra chosen by audition from teenage musicians all across the state.
The silences are as important as the actual sounds.
The idea of collecting some of the state's finest young players into one orchestra came from North Carolina Symphony music director Grant Llewellyn.
It was an ambitious project, and I think we've managed to find some wonderful young players, and we're giving them opportunities that at that age, at their age, they'd be unlikely to get elsewhere.
For 2 weeks, the All-Stars were taught by individual members of the orchestra and rehearsed by Maestro Llewellyn.
Well done. Let's do it one more time. It's really difficult.
They included violinist Roman Lynn from East Chapel Hill High School. He's played the violin for 9 years. Alicia Reed from Leesville Road High School has 11 years' experience on the harp. Victoria Pedrova, who is homeschooled, has played violin for 13 years. And Drake Driscoll has played cello for 9 years. We asked them to describe the experience of working with a top-notch professional conductor like Llewellyn.
He leads us well, and he expects a lot of us, but he does it nicely.
I feel like it has raised my ability because we have to learn this music in such a short period of time and then play with others in only like 4 rehearsals, so it's really tough.
For its graduation concert, the All-Stars Orchestra played a modern piece by 22-year-old Benjamin Stepner. There was no place to hide mistakes, especially from a veteran conductor.
So that was early, Colin. 1. I have very high expectations. In the rehearsal, I'm not expecting to tell them where to put their fingers or tell them how a C major chord sounds. We're on a much, much higher sophisticated level than that.
An example. Llewellyn taught the cello section the difference between merely plucking a string and making it live.
Play me that bar, Chelly, the pizzicato. The bar of the pizzicato is 1. More time. I need more body language, folks. I really need to see that you're going to pluck that string on that last quarter note. 1 and 2. Yes. And that was the difference between just a sort of an arbitrary C-sharp pizzicato and something that was actually compelling. You sort of drew me in. I'm sure everybody was absolutely transfixed by your C-sharp pizzicato. It's got to have that degree of almost obsessive loving care.
At the end of the process, the All-Stars were a chamber orchestra, still teenagers, but different somehow. To end their season, a full concert in Raleigh's Memandy Hall, with parents and grandparents, aunts and uncles, and friends in attendance. In the concert, the orchestra played the new composition by Stepner, Ravel, and Beethoven's Second Symphony, composers and pieces that would tax any orchestra, let alone teenagers. As the last echoes of the concert and applause were still ringing, Grant Llewellyn and the Young All-Stars were already thinking about what they would play next year.
I was thinking Prokofiev Classical Symphony.
That'd be good.
The North Carolina Symphony serves the state in many ways, not the least of which is creating the next crop of classically trained musicians.
There's an old joke. A tourist in New York stops a man on the street carrying a violin and asks, "How do I get to Carnegie Hall?" The musician replies, "Practice, practice, practice." What the young All-Stars found this year is that it also takes practice with other good musicians and a first-rate conductor.
Podcasts on UNC-TV.org are made possible through the financial contributions of viewers like you, who invite you to join them in supporting UNC-TV.